Welcome to RoosterTV, and today we're joined by the leading goal kicker of the SANFL after round one, Hender. Louis, thanks for joining us.
No worries, Tubbs. Thanks for having me, mate.
It's great to have footy back yesterday at Adelaide Oval, which was in fantastic condition. Just give us your thoughts on the game as a whole and playing again at Adelaide Oval.
Yeah, mate, obviously good to get started. Playing your first game of the year at, what was it, the 28th of June's a little bit strange, and even the week leading up was certainly not like any other round one we've had before. But not, like you said, nice to get into it, and now hopefully we can play some good footy for the rest of the year. But obviously starting off with a win is nice and something we haven't done for a while. So without really hitting our straps, it was nice to get the job done.
And personally, you had a great day out, kicked 7 goals. Obviously, there's a lot of work done up the ground by the guys with their pressure around the ball outstanding. But you still have to get in the spot, so good day for yourself.
Yeah, always nice to kick goals, mate. Like I've said on here before, I reckon it's just about my favourite thing to do. But obviously, our forward group is pretty strong, and I think at different stages throughout the year, someone will always get off the chain. So yesterday just happened to be my turn, and lucky enough I was able to kick straight, which helps, mate.
And obviously, a big stadium, and it looked like there was a crowd full of North Adelaide people. What was the sound like out there?
Yeah, it was all right. It sort of felt like the stadium was empty, but especially down that southern end where all the Roosters supporters were, they were making plenty of noise. So whilst you were playing, you didn't really notice it. But sort of when you ran out and you could see the empty seats, then it felt a bit weird, but they were making plenty of noise, so it felt like any other home game, mate.
Yeah. And on to the team in general, I guess just a few thoughts on all the new guys that played their first games for 2020 with back at the club, especially all the recruits. A lot of them stood up and played some decent footy. Harrison Wigg was good off half-back, and Andrew Moore and Cam Hewitt around the ball were outstanding. Just a few words on those guys.
Yeah, obviously a pretty different looking team, especially when you're comparing to what we had at round 18 last year. The new guys seem to have fitted in pretty seamlessly, and obviously guys like Morey and Cam Hewitt and Wiggy have all played at this level in this competition before, so I think that makes their transition a little bit easier. And then obviously Bill Hartung's only going to get better the more footy he plays. Kimula Boyce played some really good footy in patches, kicking 3 snags. So look, the more games they play and the more games we play together as a group, the better they'll all get.
And another change that the SANFL have brought in this year, we had a 5-minute reduction at half time, so we only had 15 minutes instead of the 20, which we normally have. Your thoughts on that?
Huge fan of it. I don't know if it's because starting to get a little bit older, but the short break at half time was far better than what it has been before. Just that extra 5 minutes that we normally have is just 5 minutes to really flatten out. So shorten it up and get you back out in the oval. It was good.
And how have you pulled up after the first game? A few sore spots?
Yeah, all good. Just a bit of general soreness. I didn't do a whole lot of the pre-season, so the break in the end probably helped me out a little bit in getting myself in some pretty reasonable shape. So just general soreness, mate. I'll be fine.
And today you had a pretty busy day down at the Northern Tavern for the reopening down there. Can you talk us through all the details to that?
Yeah, a bit chaotic this morning at the TAV. The gaming room's open this morning. TAB gets up and going, so it's sort of just nice to get everyone back to work, to be fair. Obviously there's a few things, and there'll be a few teething issues for us and everyone else in that situation, so nice to get open and nice to get all the guys back to work.
Yep. And moving on to this week's game against Nord on Saturday at Adelaide Oval. They had a cracking game against Glenelg following ours. How do you think we're going to stack up against them?
Yeah, obviously we're pretty confident we can beat anyone. We play good enough footy. Obviously Norwood showed yesterday, and they've shown it for a long time now, that they're going to be a good side again. They'll be hard to beat, and I imagine along with Glenelg they'll probably be the 2 teams to beat this year. So it's nice to get tough challenges early on in the year. But playing at Adelaide Oval, it's pretty clear that we play some pretty good footy there, and can't wait for it.
Yeah, nice little winning streak at Adelaide Oval. I think it's up to 6 now,
Yeah,
following 2018 and then back in 2014 with the replay of the grand final back then. But just one last word before we go, mate. Jacob Surgeon and Alex Spina obviously led from the front for the first time as a pair, and Surge as a coach and Spina as a captain. Just a few words on those guys.
Yeah, obviously. Both of them have been here for a while now, and both of them have been in some sort of leadership role for quite a while. So the transition happens pretty easily. Nice for the boys to get a win in their first game. I'm sure it sort of helps them settle a little bit too. But they've been part of the footy club for Spins has been here for years, and Serge going to his 4th year, I reckon. So yeah, it's just as normal, really, mate. They've both been stalwarts for a while, so. Pretty easy transition. Good to get the win for them.
Yep. Thanks, Louis. As mentioned earlier, this weekend a big game against Nord at Adelaide Oval, 3 o'clock start on Saturday. So hopefully we get some more crowd in there. We're still unaware of the numbers that are allowed, but hopefully we can get a big crew of North Adelaide people in there and we can watch the boys have another win. Thanks, Louis.
Thanks, mate.